with this one right here, we didn't official got active game Broadday plugged in with Fumez the engineer. Hey, you got the Broaddays, and you got the active game, active game. You got the Broadday with Fumez the engineer, especially with Pressplay and all this coming into it. Plugged in and Fumez. But you got with Broadday active game and just the hashtag active game and the Broadday and just with the plugged in.
Y'all see.
How we see that funded?
Plugged in with Fumez, HRB shit, AGB
The simple
shit.
answer?
Gang, free stuff, free S Wavy, free Bulldog Black. Gang shit. Yeah? You know this thing. I ain't gotta talk too much. Bow! Bow! Bow!
Skate in a Lambo truck, had to upgrade from a dinger. Caused bad grief on my index finger, can't be bothered to swing my chinga.
Long!
No evidence, caused bad grief on my index finger, can't be bothered to swing my chinga.
Long!
No evidence, I then got released, I come out to ruin the peace. I've been out on these dusty streets since G-Shock watches and G-Star jeans. Rusty Troy
Hey, he said I came up to rusty up the piece. He came up to rusty up the piece like swoosh. He coming in with that end Maka power. That end Maka power. Like he said, he didn't left it. He came into cutting into the pieces and stuff like that. Like he's coming in to destroy some menace. Like hey, a lot of like they say, they the main ones, to get it done. Even to them to even come in and them have their whole thing, like they the ones that get it done, get it screwed. Like the way they just coming in, the way they giving us that piece, like they giving us something hostage, something hostage coming into this one, especially with this whole this whole piece, because they had their whole piece and they clevers.
pound brand new scopes. All of my guys got evil thoughts. Turn spastic, but the main goal was to turn them corpse.
Pussy!
But I'll get back, gang. They ain't got back for left him ruined. Partying lacking, what was he? Evil thoughts. Turn spastic, but the main goal was to turn them corpse.
Pussy!
But I'll get back, gang. They ain't got back for left him ruined. Partying lacking, what was he doing?
Ooh, and they the get back gang, and they was even with the kid. Hey, that makes it more. That makes it more, vicious right there. Cause it's like, he's with the get back gang. The other people that was trying to be parts of that, they couldn't even be part of the get back gang. Like it just seems so, some confusing, cause it's like you got your other ops, and then it's like, well, you doing your thing, you doing your thing, they not doing their thing. So it's like, it's just, too, off the visions.
At the K to the A get stretched like Play-Doh. Then assistant Jules like Fredo. Got racks on my wig like Shea, but see I shoot like a character in Halo. We soon sing. Let me just double my profit. Felt kinda mad, chasing the Marlies through. Point 44 my caliber. I shoot like a character in Halo. We soon sing. Let me just double my profit. Felt kinda mad, chasing the Marlies through. Point 44 my caliber. If you like, I'm attacking your. Don't wanna hear about violence. More like the Charcoal Brothers. No one can level my badness. I put that shit on my mother's. 3 balls left in the knee, now I thought I raised the whole clip. I don't pop pills when I go in the drill, just bismillah when I'm getting equipped.
Bismillah.
Hold on, wait, no one ain't safe. Can vouch, my dot jammed on face. I would've left brains all over the place. I accidentally run bro with a gauge. Imagine seeing me on the wireless.
Oosh, hey, the way he is making it. So like he said, he was up in the force, up in the clip, and everything else, the way he would have just left everything, just mentally, spread it everywhere. Like, ooh, it gets real skeezy and evil, because the way the whole thing is, like, thinking that he said the way it just jammed to and everything else, like, hey, that's what I say, you gotta have that grease and all that other stuff just to keep it real, loose and everything else. But just with the whole thing, like, coming into the whole thing, like it's just whooshy, like the way the whole thing is balanced and everything else. It's just awesome, criminal.
No one ain't safe, can vouch. My dot jammed on face. I would've left brains all over the place. I accidentally bumped bro with a gauge. Imagine seeing me on the wireless stage. Mad. Wine on the window and let it off one time. I ain't getting caught by one time. Mum's like, better lay low when the gun rides. When the gun blast, run like you love life. Putting mad hours on this hotline. No rock star, but I'm living this rock life. And I got mine. You can't rob. I step with a pump action or the Glock 9. I find shootings and stabbings addictive. I think the plug is mad that I licked him. Donnie's a victim. Hotline ringing, 4-4 kicking. Call from the Smith and sings like Wesson. This my dead bros, I'll teach you a lesson. Watch. I couldn't wait till the day that I leave felt. All the govs in there say I need help. I got a 9 of raw on 3 scales. I'm a truck boy, I don't work retail. I'm in contract war with the Northerners. I feel CID been stalking us. This year I got a lot all of us. Next year is Rollies and Alderman. Got shipped to the marsh from Only. Security DSD on me. All of my ages got me. Done my time now I'm sipping on Dumpy. Snuck a Lou got into the come for trouble ain't come for Panani. I'm a gunman, I don't do karate. I shoot like I'm trained by the army.
Oh, and he put the whole thing like he said, you know, he's a gunman, not no karate. Like, hey, that, you know, that whole thing coming into it, like, oosh, you got two other, you know, twinning divisions, like they say, you know, you got one division, your next division, and you know, you just got 2 multi divisions and everything else, like, with everything else, you know, coming into the whole thing, like, especially with everything else, because it's like, you know, it's a mix of everything, you know, everything you hear, everything you see, like, it's just the lyrics of everything. Like, I see it as, I hear all type of lyrics, I hear all type of divisions, all different, you know, levels and commits, like, the way the whole thing is conspiracy, like, everything, how it's just conspiracy and how it comes in, how it, you know, vultures, everything is a vorge.
Fumez, the engineer.
Okay, I see how it was coming. I see how this one was coming. Active game, Broadday, especially with them coming into it, because they have a consuming thing, you know, especially with their whole thing plugged in, and you got what plugged in. So, you know, this makes it more of a consummity thing, you know, especially for the Broadday. Like, you gotta be ready, because it's like they gonna give you that clever, they gonna give you that skillful and everything else. But you got with the active game, Broadday, plugged in with Fumez the engineer, everything else coming into this whole consistency. But active game, Broadday, just this whole thing coming into it right here. But most definitely check this one out. Everything else, just with this one.